So let's quickly look at the number game now in Haryana. So this is where things stand as of yesterday. So the BJP, of course, is the single largest party in Haryana at 41. They had support, of course, of JJP at 10, Independence at 7, and the HLP at 1. Now, that chunk of 10, of course, pulls out because the JJP alliance is now over. But the BJP still has Independence and the HLP, which is what they need to cross the halfway mark. Remember, the halfway mark in a total assembly of 90 is 46. The BJP does not have it on its own, which is why the support of the Independence and the HLP is very, very crucial. But what also becomes very, very interesting is if the JJP splits. What we're also learning through our sources is that this 10 could perhaps split also, and from these 10, perhaps there could be 4 or 5 who would also join then that BJP bloc. Remember also, will more independents figure in the cabinet is also something we'll be looking at. There are 7 independents. 1 right now is a minister, that is Ranjit Chautala. Will more of them now join the cabinet this evening or not is something we'll also wait and watch for. Remember, the HLP, that is Gopal Kanda, is also supporting the BJP. The INLD is non-aligned at 1 seat, and of course the Congress is the main opposition party. They are currently sitting at 30 seats. If we talk about the current situation, well, the BJP is currently looking at, of course, as I said, quite a comfortable figure, because what we're estimating is that a chunk from the JJP could also join the BJP, which would bring down the JJP numbers and bring up the BJP numbers. So the number game, of course, very, very interesting, which is why Sundar Solanki, ये जो मैनेजिंग गेम है, ये बड़ा अहम हो जाता है, क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी अभी इस वक्त अपने आप में बहुमत के आंकड़े को पार नहीं कर पा रही है. तो उनको निर्दलीयों का समर्थन चाहिए, उनको HLP का समर्थन चाहिए, और अगर कुछ JJP के विधायक टूट जाते हैं तो उनका भी समर्थन BJP को मिलकर फिर बड़े कंफर्टेबली वो हाफ वे मार्क का आंकड़ा जो है, मेजॉरिटी मार्क का आंकड़ा जो है, वो पार कर पाती है. मगर इन सब लोगों को साधना, ये जो अदर्स हैं, इनको शायद कैबिनेट में कहीं ना कहीं आज जगह देनी होगी.
कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं है बीजेपी के सामने. विलिंगली सभी जो निर्दलीय हैं वो बहुत शुरू से ही, जब 2019 में 40 का आंकड़ा बीजेपी लेकर आई थी, तो 7 जो निर्दलीय थे वो चाहते थे कि उनके साथ मिलकर सरकार बनाई जाए. वो पिछले 4.5 साल से ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि उन्हें सरकार में जगह मिले. तो कोई भी दिक्कत किसी भी तरह की बीजेपी के सामने नहीं आनी है. अब बीजेपी का एक और, क्योंकि कुलदीप बिश्नोई के जो बेटे हैं भव्य बिश्नोई, उन्होंने भी आदमपुर से चुनाव जीतकर 41 का आंकड़ा हासिल बीजेपी ने कर लिया है. और बीजेपी के पास जो अब आंकड़ा है वो 41 का है. तो 7 मिला के जो निर्दलीय हैं वो भी 48 हो जाते हैं. तो बहुमत का जो आंकड़ा है 46, उससे 2 ज्यादा है. तो दूसरी बात, जेजेपी को तोड़ने का मकसद केवल ये नहीं कि कहीं बहुमत के आंकड़ों की जरूरत है. दरअसल बीजेपी का जिस तरह से प्लान होता है, चाहे आप महाराष्ट्र की बात करें या दूसरी जगह की बात करें, तो ये कोशिश होती है कि जो उनके साथ बीजेपी के साथ होता है, उसका जो मनोबल है उसे तोड़ने के लिए ये स्थिति बिल्कुल बना के चलते हैं. और वो जो 10 में से 7 हैं वो पूरी तरह से बीजेपी के साथ हैं. और वो जल्दी तस्वीर सामने आ जाएगी. 5 बजे शपथ ग्रहण समारोह है, और आपको ये बड़ी जानकारी हम बता रहे हैं कि उसमें जो विधायक दल की बैठक है उसमें खुद जेजेपी का विधायक भी शामिल है. तो ऐसे में ये बड़ी कंफर्टेबल सी स्थिति है. सरकार चलाने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. सभी चीजें वो मैनेज हैं पूरी तरह, वो बहुत पहले से मैनेज हैं. लेकिन यही था कि आला कमान, जो बीजेपी आला कमान था, उसका निर्देश आज मिलना था. और कल जो निर्देश इस तरह से मिला है कि गठबंधन को तोड़ना है, और गठबंधन से कोई फायदा नहीं है. लगातार प्रदेश इकाई इस बात को हाईकमान को, बीजेपी हाईकमान को ये बताती रही, और आखिर में वो कन्विंस हुए हैं. और इस बात को लेकर बीजेपी जेजेपी से गठबंधन तोड़ दिया, और अब जेजेपी को तोड़ने की तैयारी है. और जेजेपी
Let me quickly bring in AK Mishra, political analyst, into the conversation as well. AK Mishra, the big question, of course, is what will be the impact of all of this on the Haryana Assembly elections, which are due later this year, and also on the Lok Sabha polls? Mr. Mishra, can you hear me? Okay, I think we've lost him. Sumit Peer, political commentator, why don't I try and rope you in? Sumit, if you heard me, what is the impact of this entire reshuffle going to be?
I think Uday Solanki ji summed it beautifully because I was also talking to some people in the meanwhile. One thing is very sure, and they are from Haryana, from the BJP. One thing is very sure, BJP has 48 members as we talk. The idea of whole thing is what happened to the Udav Sena is exactly happening to JJP. Now the people of JJP don't want to be in JJP. That's the reality of life because they see a parliamentary election coming up. They want to align with the BJP. They don't see anything they're going to get out of JJP. JJP is not a party which is going to deliver. JJP is not a party which can fulfill their what do you call national ambitions. So they want to align with the BJP. So if these people move with the BJP, so JJP as a party, as a force is dismantled. So is this, what the Hooda clan is all about. The Hooda clan will no longer hold the Shane, will no longer hold the clout what they used to hold in Haryana. So the emergence of BJP and Congress is what is there. So it's going to be a two-way fight between BJP and Congress. So the good news is that, now you will see JJP breaking up. At least 7 MLAs are ready to join BJP. That means they will get disqualified. But if the two-third law applies, maybe they will not even get disqualified because 7 out of 10, the two-third law applies. So they will join BJP. So this will be a very, very strong message to the Hooda clan as such, all the brothers and the fraternity and all. Look, BJP means business. BJP is going to govern Haryana, and the people of Haryana are with Khattar Saab, are with Modi ji. They've seen the development. You've seen how the menace was controlled at Shambhu border. And JJP guys had some little bit of problems with that. They didn't want to be seen anti-Kisan and all. That's their local politics. But this is a very, very strong message with BJP. You cannot hold BJP to ransom. You have to walk the talk. You have to deliver. You have to follow the vision of Prime Minister Modi. And if you think of having any deviations, if you want to have your own agendas and you don't want to toe the party line, then possibly nothing is impossible. People align where they see the future is. BJP is the party, Modi ji is the prime minister. You like it or not, that's what is the reality of life. So these people are looking for a better political future. What happened to Uddhav Sena? The people look for a better political future. So these regional parties have to also learn one thing. They cannot hold BJP for ransom. If they think they can manage and manipulate Modi ji and all, well, that is not going to happen. If I can be direct and candid, wo chalega nahi. Those days are gone. I mean, straight you get it because if you try too much, what will happen? Forget the government, forget your coalition, you will lose the party. आजकल तो गवर्नमेंट नहीं जाती, आजकल पार्टी निकल जाती है. That is the new mantra. You are anyway out of the government, you are anyway out of the satta, but party साथ में निकल जाएगी. So this is what the message has been, because what I was hearing that LJGP guys were not very comfortable with the way Khattar Saab was handling these so-called Delhi Chalo protesters at Shambhu border. He had his own apprehension and there was these undercurrents were blowing. I think these undercurrents, when they reached Nadda ji, they reached Amit Bhai, they reached Modi ji, and they decided to call it a day. BJP is always in election mode. They have done their preparation. They called it a day, say, okay, all is all. Thank you very much. We'll move on from here. And that's the reality of life. So you'll have Khattarji again as the CM by 5 o'clock. You'll have few independents as ministers, and you might have some of these JJP guys as ministers as well. So they all will be happy. So the people who are happy is the independents and the JJP guys. Ki bhaiya hamari to lottery lag gayi. Jai Khattarji.
But the Congress has begun its attacks on the government over this reshuffle. Himanshu Bhatt, they are saying this government is going. The people of Haryana have made up their mind, which is why such steps are being taken.
Well, let them attack. It's their job, yeah. They are in the opposition today, and they will have to do the work of attacking their government, democratically elected government, and they are there till the state assembly elections later this year are held. You cannot do with it. That's number one. Number two is, it's something like, in Haryana, again, like the national politics, what I am seeing is the pole of politics has been shifting. Because Haryana was always, taken up by a few families. And Hooda is probably one of the last ones left now. What has happened is, a nobody some years ago, Manohar Lal Khattar, when he was made as chief minister, everybody was asking, who is this man? Now we know who is this man. As Sumit ji said, I also said that first. Okay, somewhere down the line, Khattar ji played a big role in not letting the so-called farmers get into Delhi. And that's where the fissures came. And then yesterday night, I am again repeating it. Yesterday night, BJP Central Election Committee meeting, Haryana, was discussed when the pound of flesh was asked by Dushyant Chautala for 2 seats or 3 seats. what he asked for out of the 10. Well, BJP High Command decided it's time to say curtains and say goodbye. And that is what has exactly happened. Now, what we are seeing is, it's a play of a game of few months which could have taken place. 3-4 months, this whole thing was brewing. But the right time had not come. The right time probably came yesterday evening, when the names for those candidates, because you saw one of the persons, resigning and going to Congress. And then BJP High Command decided, let's go it on our own. Let's show who has the popular support. So there are going to be two stern exams for the Haryanis. They will have to vote first for the 10 seats and then for the 90 seats of Haryana. Let's see how it goes. Congress will say what they want to say. They said so much when this, Pahalwan's agitation was also going on. They were the same Hudas. That also went on. After that, the farmers were also supported. The so-called farmers were supported by this Huda family. And everyone knows it. And probably that is the reason, Center was very much elevated. We will not let you come in. And that is what has happened. And so this is the game of politics which is playing today as it sees going back to 6 to 8 months, last 6 to 8 months, when the entire thing was played and decided for this day. We'll part with them. And now what will happen is this smaller regional party with the 10 MLAs, if it splits into two, what will be their fate? They'll be non-existent sometime in the next Vidhan Sabha elections. That's what my fear is. So at times, you should know what you should ask for. If you ask for your pound of flesh, you should be able to digest it. You take only that much. If you can't digest it, this is what happens. And this is what probably is going to happen. And Dushyant Chautala is going to learn it the wrong way. Sorry.
Yes, Gautam Mukherjee also, of course, with us. Gautam, amidst this political storm, of course, the Congress taking pot shots, the Hudas attacking, of course, the government on this reshuffle. But, the fact is any sort of reshuffle, any sort of fresh blood that does come in does help in beating anti-incumbency, doesn't it, Gautam?
Well, I think, the opposition is not reading the straws in the wind. What has happened is survey after survey is showing that Congress will have its worst showing ever, with seats going down as low as 28 in the Lok Sabha and up to about 40 if they do well. The BJP has been signaling that they have played along and played softly for a long time. But now that they're almost certain that they are coming back for a third term, the gloves are coming off. One of them, CAA was notified after 4 years on the eve of elections, because the BJP knows full well that the situation is very different from the old Shaheen Bagh days, and nobody can make anything of it. And it is a law that goes down very well with its voter. Now, Haryana Assembly, as well as the 10 seats to the Lok Sabha, the 5 to the Rajya Sabha. Remember, BJP is just short of a complete majority in the Rajya Sabha. So all of this counts. Haryana has decided again to take the gloves off, show Chautala the door, and take over very firmly. It is no longer possible for Congress to challenge this in the hustings, as they will find out both in the Lok Sabha and in the Rajya Sabha. Last time, BJP got 8 seats out of 10. I think it's going for broke now. It wants 10 out of 10. And that will be a nice mirror to show the Congress party that its day in Haryana is over. Uday.
Okay, let me quickly take that, of course, across to Sundar Solanki once again. Sundar, अगर हम बात करें ये जो नए समीकरण अब बन रहे हैं हरियाणा में, इनका क्या असर पड़ेगा आने वाले लोकसभा चुनाव पर और विधानसभा चुनाव पर? और ये जो कयास लगाए जा रहे थे कि विधानसभा चुनाव को पहले कराए जा सकते हैं लोकसभा चुनाव के संग, क्या ये कयास अब खत्म है? क्या ये बस अफवाहें थे?
देखिए, बिल्कुल अभी कोई ऐसी वजह हरियाणा में नजर नहीं आ रही है कि 7 चुनाव जाए। दूसरी बड़ी चीज ये है कि हरियाणा की राजनीति जाट और नॉन जाट के आसपास घूमती है। यहाँ पूरी तरह से एक जो नॉन जाट सेंटिमेंट है, उसे कहीं ना कहीं ये लगता है कि जो बीजेपी है वो उसको कैटर करती है, उस सेंटिमेंट को। और जो दुष्यंत चौटाला की परिवार जो जेजेपी पार्टी है, वो कहीं ना कहीं एक जाट जो वोटर है उसको जो कैटर करती है, उस पॉलिटिक्स के इर्द गिर्द होती है। तो ये जो वजह है, ये केवल इतनी नहीं है कि उस दुष्यंत चौटाला ने 2 या 3 सीट की डिमांड की। इसके अलावा बड़ी वजह यह है कि जाट और नॉन जाट का जो फैक्टर है, उसमें दुष्यंत चौटाला के साथ गठबंधन शुरू से ही नहीं बन रहा था। जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं, जमीनी कार्यकर्ता, वो नहीं चाहते थे, क्योंकि यही सेंटिमेंट था जो 2014 से और 2019 दोनों में ही इसी सेंटिमेंट ने काम किया। और ये पहले 50 का आंकड़ा और फिर 40 का आंकड़ा, इस तरह से ये आंकड़ा आया। और इसी के तहत बीजेपी सेंटिमेंट को ध्यान भी रखती है। तो जब आला कमान ने ये डिसीजन लिया कि दुष्यंत चौटाला के साथ जाना है, तभी से कार्यकर्ता जो बीजेपी का था वो परेशान था। वो लगातार हर मंच पे इस बात को कहता रहा कि गठबंधन की हमें आवश्यकता नहीं है, इस गठबंधन से हमें नुकसान है। जिस सेंटिमेंट को लेकर बीजेपी हरियाणा में वोट जो मिले हैं, नॉन जाट का जो ज्यादा वोट मिला है, उस सेंटिमेंट से कहीं ना कहीं खिलाफ जा रही है बीजेपी। अब भी जो 10 की 10 सीटें हैं, उसमें जो गणित है, हम राजनीति में कोई भी किसी भी तरह की बयान करे, लेकिन रियलिटी यही है कि हार्डकोर रियलिटी यही है कि दुष्यंत चौटाला अगर अलग लड़ते हैं तो 20 से 50 हजार ये बीजेपी मान के चलती है कि कम से कम कुछ जाट वोट तो वो लेंगे ही। साथ में लड़ने का जो जाट और नॉन जाट का सेंटीमेंट है, उसको कहीं ना कहीं धक्का मिलता है, और उस बात को बीजेपी उस चीज को दबे मुंह कह नहीं सकती है। तो ये एक बड़ी वजह है कि एक तो जो स्टेट जो लीडरशिप है, उसने कभी नहीं चाहा कि दुष्यंत चौटाला के साथ गठबंधन हो। दूसरी बड़ी चीज ये है कि जो जाट और नॉन जाट का सेंटीमेंट है, और वो बीजेपी के लिए काफी फायदेमंद हरियाणा में रहा है, और इन लोकसभा में भी वो देखने को मिलेगा। रोहतक और सोनीपत की सीट पे भूपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा और दीपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा को हरा देना, ये असंभव स्थिति थी राजनीति में। इस तरह की तस्वीर ये कभी कोई ख्वाबों में नहीं सोच सकता था कि भूपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा सोनीपत से हार सकते हैं, दीपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा रोहतक से हार सकते हैं। वो घर है उनकी 2 आंखें हैं। वो खुद भूपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा ये कहते हैं कि सोनीपत और रोहतक मेरी 2 आंखें हैं, और वो आंखें धोखा दे जाती हैं। तो वो कहीं ना कहीं ये वजह बड़ी थी कि जो सेंटीमेंट है नॉन जाट वाला, वो बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण है कैटर करना बीजेपी के लिए, चाहे वो लोकसभा की बात हो चाहे राज्यसभा की बात हो। और उसी सेंटीमेंट के खिलाफ अब तक ये गठबंधन चल रहा था, लेकिन स्टेट बीजेपी है वो इस बात को समझाने में कामयाब रही कि इसका अब हमें खामियाजा भी भुगतना पड़ सकता है। और इसलिए इस चीज को, इस गठबंधन को, इसकी समाप्ति की गई है, और इसका निश्चित रूप से बीजेपी को फायदा मिलेगा।
जी बिल्कुल। AK Mishra is also joined us, I believe, back once again. Are you there with us, AK Mishra?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I was trying to ask you earlier when we had lost you, Mr. Mishra, about the impact of all of this on the upcoming Lok Sabha polls, on the assembly elections, this entire reshuffle in Haryana, the snapping of ties between BJP and JJP.
See, all of us, the Lok Sabha election sentiment, agenda, all these things will be different, and any kind of happening, especially small happening in any pocket of the country, especially on region level or state level, it will not be sufficient or able to change the entire agenda of the, you can say, the Lok Sabha or MP election. The second most important thing, whatever JJP or any other party is doing against to BJP in Haryana, they must learn, they must remember that the same kind of the mistake due to miscalculation or due to overconfidence in past has been done, has been shown by Uddhav Thackeray. What is the condition of Uddhav Thackeray? As well as the Chanakya of Maharashtra or Indian politics, Sharad Pawar. He also miscalculated BJP and its strength, and he also committed the same kind of the mistake. And where he is, the most important example, recent example, Nitish Kumar. Bihar is more and more volatile in politics in comparison of any other state, and the politics of Bihar and Bihar politicians, they are very shrewd in comparison of any other politics or politician. And what is the result today? What the other party, or you can say the opponent of BJP, are doing, or where they are standing today? So I think again this is a miscalculation, overwhelmed nature by JJP or any other, or backed by any other. Even Congress is also from the behind the curtain. Congress is just trying to play a foul game, but they should try to understand that ultimately BJP has the capability. Remember my word, a challenge is not a challenge to you until and unless you are not having the capability to manage the challenge. If you are having capability to manage a challenge, it will never remain a challenge to you or any political party. I am not talking in favor of BJP or against to any other one, but definitely BJP is enough capable. They have burned their fingers. They have past experience with some such kind of all of sudden turmoil in politics, and they will manage it, and they know how to take the benefit of all these crises or critical situations. And not only here, but in coming MP election and state election, they will encash it. And I think that JGP and all these things, they will go on, you can say they will be cornered, particularly by, you can say, the politician, by voter, as well as their fellow colleagues. Once they are going to get failure, it means they are already cornered in the politics of Haryana. I am very much afraid that again this is going to happen. What happened with Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar, some such kind of the dignified politician, as well as the Nitish Kumar, the history will repeat itself in Haryana, and we will be witnessing the some such kind of the activity in Haryana very soon.
Okay, let me take that across to to Sumit Peer. Sumit, as far as JJP is concerned, this JJP now is out of NDA. The alliance is off between BJP and JJP. What do you believe the BJP stands to lose by breaking off this alliance with the JJP? And what do you believe are now the aspects where the BJP stands to gain as well, given the fact that they obviously have more seats now and opportunities on offer after this alliance has broken?
I think there are two or three factors. So the first thing is that, BJP is not ready to take dictation from any small regional party. I might need your 10 seats to make a government, but if you think you can hold me to ransom, that has been the tendency of the regional parties. I am the kingmaker. So Modi ji is sending the very clear message. No, I decide what happens next. Secondly, because of the Sangh support and because of the Ram Mandir and all, a lot of Jats of Haryana are also supporting BJP. So if Chotalas and Huddas think that Jat vote is their fiefdom, and because you are Jats, you are supposed to support me, those days are one. It's like Mayawati ji used to think, because you are a Dalit, you will support me. Akhilesh Babu thinks, because you are a Yadav, you will support me. Tejasvi Bhaiya thinks, because you are a Yadav, you will support me. So, those caste-based samikarans where, because I am from your caste, so I take your support for granted, from my grandfather to my father to me and to my 3 generations to come. Well, that is not going to happen. The aura of Prime Minister is so big. The aura of Prime Minister Modi is so big. The BJP has been able to get across all the sections of the society and across the religious lines even. So people are seeing this development. People are seeing this Modi magic where the things are delivered. People are seeing the effects of Ram Mandir. People are seeing, like yesterday, this Gurgaon Dwarka Expressway was inaugurated. So people are seeing the metro trains are inaugurated. Every day people are seeing the development. And there was a time when Huddas and Chotalas and these regional parties were running the Haryana. You know what was the position of law and order. You know what was happening in Haryana. You know how much of badmashi was happening in Haryana. So Khattarji from nowhere, as Swayam Sevak came in under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. He controlled the things. He delivered the things. He got everybody in his fold. So if there is a 1 or 2 or 5% Jats who still want to vote for Huddaji or for Chotalas, that is okay. But today they cannot say whatever their hold was at the time of Tau Devi Lalji, their hold is right there now. No, it is not there. It is gone. So BJP has been able to break this caste divide When the caste divide is broken, Uday, automatically these regional parties which thrive on those caste divides, those regional divides, those linguistic divides, their fortunes, political fortunes start getting dwindled. And people are talking of development now. People are talking of delivery of development. Yesterday, we were having a discussion on your show. How come Modi ji is able to put a foundation stone and also able to do an inauguration in 5 years? People want that kind of governance. They are tired of, भाई हम जाट हैं, हम ये हैं, हम जी ये कर देंगे, जाटों का ये हो गया, जाटों की रिजर्वेशन. You know, Jats don't want reservation, they want enablement. They are not looking for freebies. They want to enable us. We are a competent, community. We can do what we want. We are fully capable of earning for ourselves and making our country and making our land great. So this politics, these dynasts unfortunately are missing, because in dynasty, the son takes over the father's job if he is competent or if he is not competent. Today, Dhankar ji is heading, Sangathan in Haryana. So after 6 months, it might be Dhankarji, it might be somebody else. And how do these regional parties think that Jats are their fiefdom? Jat vote is something which they've inherited. That is where they do the mistake. And at the right point of time, if they start aligning with the Congress, they start, supporting these Delhi Gherao protesters for their small
Yes.
petty cause, then the problem starts coming in. You have to cut it loose one day. And BJP says, okay,
Sundar
this
Solanki,
is the Lakshman Rekha.
let me bring you in here on the next steps now of the JJP. दुष्यंत चौटाला का अगला कदम क्या रहेगा? आज एक बैठक उनने बुलाई थी दिल्ली में, उस बैठक में कितने विधायक शामिल हो पाए हैं? ऑल्सो इज द इंडिया अलायंस नाउ गोइंग टू ट्राई एंड कॉट दुष्यंत चौटाला? व्हाट इज हिज नेक्स्ट स्टेप एंड विल हिज पार्टी स्टे यूनाइटेड? क्योंकि ये भी खबर आ रही है सामने कि काफ़ी विधायक जो हैं वो बीजेपी के साथ खड़े हो जाएंगे शाम तक.
बिल्कुल ठीक है, केवल गठबंधन नहीं टूटा है, जेजेपी भी टूट रही है, ये साफ है। और दूसरी बड़ी चीज जो देखने को मिल रही है वो ये है कि जेजेपी अब पूरा प्रयास करेगी कि आपको अगले 1-2 दिन में ही ये देखने को मिल जाएगा कि दुष्यंत चौटाला की तरफ से तरह तरह की बातें कही जाएंगी, किसान आंदोलन की बात कही जाएगी, किसान खिलाड़ियों की बात कही जाएगी, बहुत सारी ऐसी बातें कही जाएंगी कि वो जो बीजेपी है वो इसलिए ठीक नहीं थी, ये केवल हमने नहीं, बीजेपी जेजेपी ने ही ये फैसला लिया है। तो ये सारी बातें देखने को मिलेंगी। लेकिन अब जेजेपी के लिए बहुत मुश्किल है। मुश्किल पहली तो पार्टी बचाने की है, दूसरी ये कि चुनाव बिल्कुल सर पे है, तो 10 के 10 जो उम्मीदवार है वो कहाँ से लेके आएगी। और तीसरी बड़ी चीज, लोगों के सामने जाके कहेगी क्या? 4.5 साल जिन लोगों ने रखा, जिन लोगों की सरकार चलाई, अब उनके खिलाफ वोट मांगना या उनको कुछ कहना, ये बहुत बुरी स्थिति में बीजेपी ने जेजेपी को ला दिया है, खासकर दुष्यंत चौटाला को। ये बहुत बुरी स्थिति है, कहते हैं कि घर का ना घाट का।
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.